prediction and breakdown for this fight, I said that Hooney was the better boxer. He put his punches together better. He was defensively more responsible. All that stuff I said, and I believed Hooney would win. It's all right being defensively responsible through a fight, but ultimately Wardley was getting his ass given to him. He was getting beaten up around the ring, and Hooney made the mistake standing right in front of Wardley, and I think he was tired. I think he was tired because in his corner, his trainer was saying he's more tired than you going into the 10th round. And I'm surprised, but then you remember I said Hooney had less time to prepare, and I said the fitness of Hooney would be key to him winning this fight. No excuses. Fabio Wardley won the fight, but that fight right there is the warning signs, right? I said fighters fighting patterns, and usually a fighter gives you a warning sign before they go on to get beat. Woody Harrelson showed it. David Price showed it. Fight always shows you vulnerabilities before they get beat. And if they don't tighten up on those vulnerabilities, just think to yourself, just for a second, right? The amount of times Fabio Woody was caught square on the chin with his hands down by his side. And imagining something like Daniel Dubois hitting him like that, or Anthony Joshua hitting him like that, or even Alexander Usyk hitting him like that, Tyson Fury hitting him like that. Any of the top heavyweights that can punch hitting Fabio Wardley like that is a big problem. He's defensively irresponsible, Fabio Wardley. I've said it before. He's a brawler. He's not a boxer. He's a brawler, and then that's exactly what he is. Just short and Fabio Wardley is will never be a boxer. Justice Hooney is a pure boxer, right? But if Justice Hooney had a bit more spite in them punches, he would have knocked Fabio Wardley out. They can't be if, buts, and maybes. Wardley did what he does, and he landed a beautiful knockout shot coming from behind, and he looked exhausted. I don't know where he got the power from that punch. So, again, but the good things I like about Fabio Wardley is that he's he's going on the journey that I like to tick boxes. And when I tick in boxes, and I'm looking at any boxer, can you come for adversity? Can you come from behind? Does your punching power last all 12 rounds? Can you pull it? Can you come from behind? Can you come for adversity? It's fights like that that's how I begin to rate a fighter. And I've always rated Fabio Wardley highly, but I rate him with caution, no inside game, and very, very, very sloppy against the ropes. Mid range, it just comes like mid range where he can let that right hand go. That's straight down the pipe. That's where Fabio Wardley is most dangerous. And if you can get any heavyweight in the world, be Daniel Dubois, Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua, these guys are flat-footed. It's gonna be easy for him to knock over. But guys who give movement, as Justin Hooney was giving, and I said he would do, beautiful jab, body shots were great, uppercut through the middle, right hands over the top, left hook over the top, around the corner. Hooney was throwing all the punches that I said he would throw, and he had everything set up to go on to beat Wardley, but he didn't have that one punch knockout power, which is what Wardley had. Wardley got himself out of jail, and if I'm Fabio Wardley now, leave Ben Davidson, tomorrow, honestly, because that guy Wardley's fighting the same way. He said that Fabio Wardley's improving. Is he improving? Is he improving? To me, he's doing the same stuff I've seen from when he was, he's just got more experience of doing the same stuff. He needs to learn how to be better defensively. He needs to learn the lessons of when you're getting hit with shots. Do not leave your hands down by the side and just let a person hit you up with open shots. I'd like to see Wardley team up with a proper like heavyweight trainer. No disrespect to Ben Davidson, but I'd like to see him with someone of more experience, heavyweight boxing, because you can't be taking punches like that in heavyweight boxing. It's all right on tonight. Yeah, he won the fight. Good, congratulations. But I don't. From that analysis, he's too leaky. He's the type of guy that could get knocked out in 2, 3 rounds very easily because he's so leaky and he leaves himself wide open. And the other thing I noticed when he was boxing, when he's fighting Ahuni as well, he's throwing loads of punches, and Ahuni was catching it nice, slipping and feeling sorry for himself, and almost punched himself out. I don't even know where he got the strength to knock Huni out. I still don't know because he looked exhausted to me. From round two, he was walking back to the corner like he'd done 12 rounds. So, knockout was impressive, yes, but the end result was beautiful. How we got to the end result is what worries me. Boxing fans will probably say, Wardy's brilliant, great knockout, Hooney didn't have a chin, Hooney was exhausted. I think the same shot that knocked Hooney out is the same shot that Hooney's working his fitness is the same issue he had against Karen Lorena. To me as a coach, the reason why you switch off and lose concentration is because you're tired. Tiredness causes fatigue. Physical tiredness, mental tiredness. That's how you get caught in big shots and get knocked out. He was exhausted, Hooney. And when he went down, I don't think it was because of his chin. I think it was because he was exhausted. And when you're exhausted, you make mistakes, which caused him to square up right in front of Wardley. That was a punch from the gods. That was a combination of Hooney being exhausted, being out of position, and getting there with the right hand. That's what he was, an exhausted guy. Remember, the guy did not train for 12 weeks as Wardley had. You know, so exciting fight, yes. Come from behind fight, yes. Um, those are all tick boxes in terms of, a heavyweight on the rise, from prospect to contender, which is what he is. Um, but again, he needs to tighten up. He needs to tighten up if he's going to be. There's no point being a champion 1 month and then 3 months later losing the title. So I like Fabio Wardley. Don't get me wrong, I like Fabio Wardley, but that doesn't mean because I like someone, I'm not going to see the shortcomings. I've seen this happen over and over and over again. When Joshua fought Dillian White, the writing was on the wall there. Then he fought Klitschko. It got dropped by Klitschko. The future, the writing was on the wall again, right? And it was coming. And then when the Andy Ruiz fight came, Andy Ruiz was perfect for Joshua. I said Joshua will come in and it'll be a shootout. And in the shootout, he'll get caught with left hook. He got caught with left hook and he hasn't recovered from that left hook ever since. And Fabio Wardley is riding a dangerous, dangerous road at the moment. Dangerous. He's gambling. He's a gambler. He's a chancer, and a brawler, and that's fine. Never mind all that white collar talk. Let's get past. Let's get beyond that now. Let's stop that talk about the white collar stuff. Let's get a real professional setup. Ben Davison is not the one. Ben Davis is not the one. If the Anthony Joshua fight did not show you why Ben Davis is not the one, go and ask Tyson Fury why he left Ben Davison. Ben Davison is not the one. He's not the guy to guide. He's getting away. Fabio Wardley's getting away with athleticism, and heart and guts and punching power. He's getting away with it. But let me give you an example. Lennox Lewis, a very fine boxer, who didn't. He had a cheerleader in called was Pepe Correa, right? And Lennox was looking bad in fights, and the writing was on the wall. And George Foreman warned him in the studio with Frank Bruno. He warned him after he fought Phil Jackson. Next fight, he got knocked out by Oliver McCall. Then we saw the Lennox Lewis after he got with Manuel Stewart. Do we have to wait for Fabio Wardley to get knocked out for him to go to a proper trainer? I'm sorry, no disrespect to Ben Davison. He's a good trainer, but he's a good trainer. But you need, if you're going into the world class elite, he's not an elite trainer. I'm sorry, Ben Davison's not an elite trainer. He needs to leave it. You called it near perfectly. Had it 8-2 Hooney for the K. I know. Hooney was exhausted, and that is why he got knocked out. He didn't get knocked out. He was exhausted, right? That's what it seemed to me. Just exhaustion. Not the fact that, yeah, of course, the exhaustion led to him putting himself in position to Wardley to throw that Ryan. If you looked at the right hands, Wardley was throwing beforehand. They were going over the top. He was slipping side to side, countering because he was fit. He had the energy for that. Wardley is in serious trouble against any good score box, I think Miller would have stopped him. Yeah, I think Miller would have stopped him. I think Jarrell Miller would have stopped him because Jarrell Miller has got stamina to go 12 rounds. Do you know what I mean? And Jarrell Miller, cool, Miller going to be hard for Fabio to land those sort of big shots on Miller because Miller will just stay tight, compact, get close Fabio down, walk the sort of body. Woodley has the heart of a lion, though. This is a real fighter, yes. And think about the potential of Fabio Wardley if he had a world class trainer, Bashir in his corner, a Stacey McKinley in his corner. Do you know, a Derek James training? If he had a real world class trainer in his corner, a guy that could really do the business with him, yeah, I think I think Fabio Wardley could be an awesome fighter. He could tighten up his defense. Um, he could learn when to engage, when not to engage. He could start setting traps up behind that right, using the jab and learning how to disguise when that right hand is coming, when to throw it. Yeah, so he needs to be with a world class trainer. Ben Davis is not the one, so he's limiting and stunting Fabio Wardley's career because he's got lots of potential. He's just not with the right trainer, and that's why he's in the position he's in now. If Hooney had more power, would have he would have dropped Wardley with several of shots. Yeah, he would have. If, that's what I'm saying to you. Take Hooney out of there. Could you imagine him fighting someone like Ajit Kabayel? Ajit Kabayel would mop the floor with Fabio Wardley. He would. And you know, a fight I'd like to see Kevin Lorena versus Fabio Wardley because Lorena can punch. That's not going to happen because Lorena's uh, in the low weight division now. But I think Lorena would give Fabio Wardley so many problems, and everyone's disrespecting Lorena. He says Wardley's condition doesn't look too good. He's also gassing out too. Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. He needs to change his trainer because I suspect the way Fabio Wardley's training is not suiting the way he's fighting. Another guy's got that problem is Taylor, but Taylor does drinking outside the ring, so I understand. But you have to train the way you're gonna fight, right? So if your cardio, if you do 60% cardio, but when you fight you're using 80% cardio, what ends up happening is that you've only got 60% to give. And if you've only got 60% to give, and then you're being pushed at 80%, right? And you've only got 60 to give, you're always in a deficit. So you saw tonight with Wardley, he's training. Needs a serious look at. A serious look at. So he's training, what he's doing in training, how he's improving, is he improving? You know, I tell you another guy would be good for Fabio Wardley would be Adam Booth. Why? Because Booth would teach Wardley how to use his feet, how to slip and slide and get to the side. That Booth would be good for that. I'm not a big Adam Booth fan, but when Booth is a guy that knows how to work with guys who've got power, speed, and movement. That's why he did so well with David Hay, did so well with George Groves, and he's trying to replicate that with Josh Kelly, but Josh Kelly doesn't punch that hard. Fabio Wardley and Adam Booth would be a good combination because they're both guys that very they've studied the game meticulously, and they're both into all that mind games and psychology stuff. And Booth and Wardley would be a perfect fit. They're thinkers. You know, you match trainers with fighters, and they're thinkers. I'm not saying that Ben Davis ain't a thinker, but Ben Davis is more of a waffler for me. He's a waffler and a chancer, and Wardley already is a chancer, so you don't need another chancer next to him. He needs somebody who will go in the corner and calm him down and say, "Look, this is what you need to do. This is the strategy that needs to be done." Ben Davison is too irrational. He's going told Joshua to go and throw an uppercut go for the knockout when the man should have cleared his head. Do you understand? So I don't think that knockout had anything to do with Ben Davidson. That had nothing to do with Ben Davidson whatsoever. That is just Fabio Wardley being Fabio Wardley. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. What technical differences is Ben Davison making? Can you somebody sit down, break down, and tell me what the hell Ben Davison is doing with Fabio Wardley? Because I don't know. I don't know. Did you see any improvements from the Fraser Clark fight to this fight? He's still doing that rubbish on the ropes. He's still ducking his head into punches. He's still ducking his head in. You duck your head into left hooks. You ducking your head into left hooks. You throwing people punches have been thrown at you, and you get punches in slow motion. You're seeing his head getting bang, his head getting turned round. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I've said this about Ben Davison already. And if Fabio Wardley doesn't do that, then you know what's coming. You know this fight here is this is the red light. This is the watershed. This is the after 9 p.m. You know, back in the day, they used to watch TV. So after 9 o'clock, kids couldn't watch TV after 9 o'clock. Well, this for Fabio Wardley and Ben Davison. This is the after 9 o'clock schedule now. After 9 o'clock, that's where the baddies come on, right? And that's where Fabio Wardley is. That's where the guys that punch with real power, and they don't they're not. Can you imagine Daniel Dubois hitting Fabio Wardley with them same shots? Or Fabio Wardley sitting on the ropes with Daniel Dubois punching him. No, 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 forget Daniel Dubois. Filip Hrgovic. Could you imagine Hrgovic? And I'm not a Hrgovic fan. Or even Joshua loading up and hitting Fabio Wardley with them punches. Fabio Wardley's been very fortunate so far. Very, very fortunate. Very fortunate. And if I'm Frank Warren, I would seriously be looking at Ben Davison with some serious. I'd be giving him some cross-eyed looks. It wouldn't even be straight looks. Something like that. I'd be looking at Frank Warren. I'd be looking at Ben Davison like that. Because I'm like, what exactly are you getting paid to do? You know, many boxing fans say, Fabio Wardley's a great puncher. Fabio Wardley's this. Fabio Wardley's that. He's a brawler and a chancer. He's running out of chances. That's the way I see it. What happened in the fight? Hooney was boxing his head off, punching him up, outboxing him, and then got tired. And at the beginning of the 10th round, squared himself up and got hit with one hellacious right hand and got laid out flat. That's what happened in the fight. But Hooney, to me, Hooney leaves the ring in a better position than Fabio Wardley because Hooney knows what he is. Fabio Wardley's going to continue the delusion with Dan Davison. Sooner or later, Wardley's going to take that L, so Frank needs to return on investment quick. Cash out. He's a young guy. Cash out. Well, you take him with a Dubois fight, don't you? Or you know what? We listen to you. What you don't do is stick him in the ring with Michael Hunter. Our boy can punch. He can box. Um, yeah, he could probably nail Michael Hunter with a right hand, but he may get hit with something in between. Michael Hunter versus Wardley would be a fascinating fight because, like Hooney, very talented, very skilled boxer. Hunter's going to deal with Pulev. I think Hunter will beat up Pulev and become WBA regular title champion. So I can imagine you'll go down the route of Wardley versus Hunter for the regular WBA title. You have, yeah, of course Hunter will destroy Pulev. Hunter will destroy Pulev and he'll destroy Wardley as well. He would. I mean, so here's some news for you anyway. Here's some news for you all that you may not have known or you may not watch my video. So Dillian White was meant to be on the card tonight. As we know, he pulled off, yeah? He pulled out the fight. But guess what? Dillian White was meant to fight Vlad Tsarenko. Yes, Vlad Tsarenko, BWTM Sports, James Ali Bashir. Yeah, Ukrainian Vlad Tsarenko was meant to be fighting on that card with Dillian White. So I said to Vlad when he signed with Frank Warren, I said, you know what? See you. You're going to get put straight into. We'll see what Frank's going to do with you. Is he going to use you as a stepping stone, and our opponent. Sink, always put your sink or swim. But Frank doesn't just sign people like that. There's a reason why Frank will sign somebody like that, like you. Do you know what I mean? Or Frank sees you as a good fighter. Don't I still can't work out which one it is because he was going to put Vlad in the ring with Dillian White. So was that a fight that would have got Dillian in the rankings, or was that a fight that Frank was going to see how good Vlad Sarenko is? I don't know which one that was. I really don't know which one it is. Frank must be paying White a lot of money to be a sacrificial lamb for Moses. White is completely shot, slow and no power. Moses versus White, yeah. So that's what we've got here. Frank would have known Sarenko would have beaten White. Probably, probably. That Frank knows Bashir and he knows Sarenko. So and Sarenko has sparred Dubois. He sparred Povetkin. He sparred Usyk. He sparred a lot of top guys. So, like Dave Allen, in a sense, he's got that pedigree of sparring top guys in the gym. So he has to show what he's got to do now. Frank might be forging a careful build-up route for Sarenko. A careful build-up route, or was White a careful build-up route? I don't know. I don't know. Sarenko would have stopped White, in my opinion. He probably would have done. That would have been a good fight for him, huh? So I text Vlad. I text Vlad about 2 days ago. I haven't heard back from him yet. He could be quite busy, so I don't know. They've got something planned for Vlad, I'm sure. Maybe he'll be on that Saudi Arabia card that's coming up. So yeah, so Dillian White's going to fight Moses Atama. Interesting fight because if there's rumors, don't know how true those rumors are, but there are rumors that Atama hasn't got the greatest of chins. If that rumor is true, then but the thing is, this fight against how is Dillian White going to go about fighting Moses Atama? Atama's footwork, first of all, is going to give White problems. Yeah, the only way I think White can really be dangerous in this fight is if he can get inside of Moses Atama. I'd like to see if Dillian White can get inside of Moses Atama, because I don't think Moses Atama's got an inside game. I think he's good on the outside, and we've seen him box from the out, and he throws the same combination at straight left hand or shoot over the top all the time. But I don't think Moses Atama's got an inside game, which means that he might be able to give it, but he might not be able to take it. I think White gets stopped early, like in the first three. He's simply too slow right now. Well, quite possibly. I think White is as slow as that Balogun was. Yeah, probably. Probably. White will have to come in lighter for the fight. And he's going to have to some sort of strategy against Moses Tama. I don't know what he's doing. But I don't understand why White has to fight Moses Tama though. I'm not sure where. The only thing I'm saying, like I did in my shorts video, the only reason why I think he's fighting Moses Tama is because he wants that WBO ranking, that number one ranking. I think White is a slow. Yeah, is that Balogun guy? Of course he is. Yeah. By the way, those who are watching at the moment on the live, any news at Chisora, I thought they would do a trilogy. For those of you who are watching now, I've added a playlist called Boxing Interviews, classic boxing interviews. So all the classic interviews that you may not have seen, or interviews that have been hidden for a long time on BWTN Sports, I'm pulling them out and I'm putting them in a playlist that's near the top of the page, top of the channel, so you can look at those old interviews with Boots Ennis, welterweight, Bivol, Usyk. Who else I've got on there? Peter Fury, Jessica McCaskill, Evander Holyfield, Edgar Berlanga. So there's quite a few interviews there on the channel. Isaac Dogbear. I remember the Thurman interviews, even Wilder. Yes, I'm gonna put those videos up there, because I don't think the channel really gets people don't understand the history of the channel. So if I can start uploading those or uploading those videos, Ali Bashir, of course, yeah. So you can get to look at those interviews, and you can enjoy the old going flashing back. When I first spoke to Keith Thurman, Terence Crawford interviews. So yeah, they're there. So do check them out when you get a chance. Let me know what you think of them. Looking back, um, I didn't realise I did so many interviews. I've got one with Glenn McCrory, which is pretty good as well. Harold the Shadow Knight, Abel Sanchez, James Alabashir, Stacey McKinley, Derek James. I've even got the video where Derek James talks about he wanted to train Wilder after the second Ruiz fight, Ortiz fight, sorry. So yeah. All right. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments in the comment section, people. Any news coming up with interviews with Bashir or McKinley? I think with me, because of it's the cricket season now and so much is going on at the moment, I don't really get time to even say hello to myself. But I am trying to work on doing some interviews. Once I get some little time, I'm going to grab these people and just do interviews. Oh, by the way, there's another show I did back in the day. There was a YouTube, Legends of YouTube, which has all the YouTube, like a lot of the top YouTubers, all in one room. We brought them all together and did a show with them. So do check that out. Legends of YouTube. I don't think it's ever been done before, but I'd like to do it again, like a reunion. I'd like to do a reunion at some point. It'd be good. Yeah. So right, I've still got my cricket videos on there. Check out my. Oh, by the way, if you're a football person, you like the football, do check out my rebuilds. I'm doing a rebuild at the moment of Leverkusen. I won the Champions League with Arsenal, won the Champions League with Juventus, and now I'm going for Leverkusen. And would you believe I got Martinelli and Saka from Arsenal? Stupid Arteta, never rated that guy. Stupid Arteta had both guys on 10-month contracts, so I signed both of them for Leverkusen with Vlahovic up front. So those three, yeah. So check that out. It's good. You can come in when I'm live and just have a chat. We can talk about anything while I'm live there. I'm normally doing 3-4 hours at a time. So check it out. It's not just boxing. I just talk anything. Just talk about life. So come in, check it out. It'd be great to see more people that watch my boxing videos come in and watch the FC25 videos. I might even do an. I've got undisputed. If there's more people that ask for it, I might do an undisputed career mode. Um, I don't know. Maybe go for the heavyweight championship of the world. See if I can do that. All right. Let me get out of here. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. If you're new again to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button, smash the like button. If you're subscribed already, please go across to the subscribe bell, the notification bell, and click it to all. That makes sure that you you get everything on the channel. And by the way, smash the like button. Everyone that's in the room, smash the like button. The more people smash the like button, the more people get to see this video and get to know more about the channel. Really need your support. Thank you so much. Again, this is BWTM Sports, and we are out. Take care.